Hello and thank you for joining us on the Pigskin Preview. Alongside the head coach of the Western Illinois football team, Mark Hendrickson, I'm Andrew Bacon. Last weekend, the Leathernecks took on the Indiana State Sycamores at Hanson Field. Coach, it was a very hard-fought battle for the Leathernecks, but unfortunately they were unable to come away with the victory.
Yes, it was, as every loss is very disappointing. You planned for an entire week. For that one specific ball game, obviously prepare for a year, really. But you game plan and the players prepare to the best of their abilities for that one game, and you spend 7 days and 7 nights getting ready, basically. So it's frustrating. It's a setback, and of course now that still seems like now a long time ago as we have started to prepare for the next ball game. But we would like to perform better at all times during those 4 quarters. And of course, as we'll see on the highlights and talk more about, the defense played very well overall. The offense never really could get in sync and be productive enough on a consistent basis.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights. Western will start off with the ball here, and we will see Will Lunt hand the ball off to Colton Ray in the first quarter. And he's going to pick up 4 yards on the play, and then here will be Will Lunt looking for Fred Solomon.
Yeah, Will got hit just before he released the ball. We had Fred open there in the flats. Would have certainly been a positive play for us, and then then we fired there on 3rd down and missed that receiver, and had to punt here after the first drive. And this is unique. This can happen in the kicking game. We had a player simply make a mistake up front, as you can see. He let his man go through. He blocked Pat Smith's punt. Now blocked punt behind the line of scrimmage is a live ball. Pat recovered the ball and advanced it for a first down.
And that was a huge momentum swing as Nico Watson, as we just see there, gets 11 yards and gets another first down for the Leathernecks.
Yeah, we came right back and handed off on 1st and 10 for an 11-yard run off our left side. That's behind Jeff Lindsay and Brandon De La Cruz on our left side of the offensive line. Come right back, and Will Lunt fires a good pass to the number 2, Charles Chestnut. Excellent catch. Good job of getting more yardage up the field, and now we're moving here on the opening drive of the ball game.
That's Nico Watson for 2 yards here, and once again on 3rd down with just a yard or 2 to get, it's Nico Watson, but unfortunately that Indiana State defense is able to hold him.
Yes, that was disappointing stop there on the 3rd and short, and this was the opening drive of the ball game. That early in the game, we decided certainly to play field position, and Pat Smith punted the ball very well. And then number 22, David McDaniel, our free safety, does a great job here. He catches the ball in the air as one of our gunners, and that gives Indiana State the ball literally on the 1-foot line there.
And he had a great game on special teams, as we will see further on. And right now we're seeing Indiana State trying to run the ball, and that was Austin Wozniak getting 5 yards. And then here is Shakir Bell, one of the best runners in the conference and in the nation.
We stopped them there 2 plays in a row for no gain. It was, we accidentally brushed the face mask there. Nobody intentionally pulled it, and so it did move them off the goal line. That really was an accident, but it took them out of that tough situation they were in down by the goal line. And our defense, kept him bottled up most of the night. Played very well against the good running back, number 22. They gave him a lot of toss sweeps to the right and left. Ryan Deming right there, number 9, had an outstanding game for us.
And then here it's Mike Parrish looking for his receiver, but Jonathan Rollins on the coverage, and that would be a 4th down stop for the Leathernecks defense. Will Lunt here looking, however, it's going to get tipped and picked off, and he's going to run it all the way down, but Charles Chestnut with a hustle play here is going to punch it out of his hands and cause the fumble. Colton Ray with a big recovery there on the 1-yard line. Unfortunately, though, he isn't able to fall in the end zone to get the touchback.
Very good effort here by Charles Chestnut, tracking down the defensive back and knocking the ball loose. Good job of punching it from behind. Carlton Ray recovered the ball, and it gave us the ball on the 1-foot line coming out at the other end.
And then here it's a Lunt looking for Fred Solomon. Unfortunately, it's going to get called offensive interference. And then so here the Leathernecks are going to give it to Colton Ray for 3 yards. And then once again, it's going to go back to Ray, and he's going to pick up 4, unable to get that first down. And so it'll be Pat Smith punting once again to the Sycamores. And the Sycamores drive will start off with Shakir Bell, unable to get anything as that Leatherneck defense steps up once again, and that's Ryan Deming and J.J. Raffleson.
J.J. Raffleson, number 43, was our leading tackler in the ball game again for us. Number 93, Dwight Harris, played very well at his defensive end spot, as did Gino Durley, number 50 on the other side. As our other defensive end, number 5 right there, Martinez Davis, played another good game at his cornerback position.
That's Shakir Bell again with a 3-yard pickup. Shakir Bell is one of the best runners in the conference.
Yeah, he's very fast, very quick. And again, overall, we kept him bottled up very well during the course of the ball game. Number 13, Jonathan Rowland, had some big tackles for us, a couple for loss. And in fact, overall, the defense for the night had 4 quarterback sacks and then 6 other tackles for loss behind the line of scrimmage, and that total number of 10, is outstanding. Yeah, they put the receiver in motion there and gave him the quick fly motion handoff, and he got around us, and beat us to the corner there. Up to that point in time, again, very good job by the defense. They took the ball over there in good field position after we had to punt the ball to the end zone. But very proud of the defense for their effort, thus far in the ball game.
One other thing to mention on that touchdown was the extra point was missed, and in the second quarter, the Sycamores would score another touchdown, making it 13-0. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back to look at the second half. You're watching the Pigskin Preview.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Look, honey, the neighbors just bought a big screen TV.
Hey, I just got a bonus at work. Maybe we should get one too.
Hold on there.
Savings Man.
Using your bonus to secure your future by paying down debt or saving is a better way to go.
Well, I declare you're right, Savings Man.
Stay ahead by choosing to save, and don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses.
But their name is Johnson.
For more tips and tools, visit choosetosave.org today.
For others, it may have just been a summer job. But for me, it was training. Now I'm an Air Force pararescueman, and my job is to save lives. Make the right choices today, and be ready for the challenges tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Winston, just one more inning, Grandma.
Ever notice how many things today kids can do without actually moving? A whole lot of things their parents used to do the hard way. So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part, which makes exercise even more important for children. In fact, new research tells us the best time to enhance bone development is during childhood and adolescence. And just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Healthy bones come from healthy habits. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello. Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Welcome back to the Pigskin Preview. Coach, being down 13, what did you say to the team going into the locker room?
Well, we felt, that the defense had a good handle on defending Indiana State, and we felt like we could come out and score 14 points or more if we needed to score more. So we certainly felt like we were in the ball game, and the players were very excited to take the field in the second half.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the second half highlights. Here, it's the Sycamores will start off with the ball, but they would go 3 and out, and it's the Leathernecks having the ball now, as we see Colton Ray here with a pickup of 8 yards. And as we take another look at it, Colton Ray doing good at using his vision to find spaces to get up there. The offensive line did great blocking on that. And
Carlton rushed that ball to the right side of our line as we rushed here on play 2 of the second half as well. That's behind Jimmy Holschlag at right guard. And Mike Love, our true freshman, is playing right guard for us. Those two did a good job overall during the course of the night. And, we rushed the ball well here to open the second half. And, really felt like we'd get right back in this ball game, as we do here soon.
And then Nico Watson here with the carry. However, it's going to be a loss of a yard. And it's going to be a Pat Smith punt. And as we said, special teams was big with David McDaniels. And we're going to see here a muffled punt. And Trey Garvey is going to hit him and the ball, helping McDaniels pick up that ball in the end zone.
Both Trey Garvey and David McDaniel were the gunners on that play. As you said, Trey got there first and continued to keep the ball free with getting in on the pile with the returner that muffed the punt. And then David McDaniels came up with the big recovery for the touchdown. And we hit the PAT. Mike Famigletti did a good job of snapping once again for us all night. Cody Reardon holding for us, and Pat Smith hit it. And now we're down 13-7, and feel like we can come right back and win this football
That's
game.
right. The Leathernecks had a lot of momentum after that, getting a touchdown, and now it's the fourth quarter, and it's Indiana State rushing a couple yards with Shakir Bell for 4 and 8 respectively. And then here it will be Austin Wozniak, who will pick up 4 yards, and he will get the first down. And then here it is him, as we see the play there by Jamal Wilmore.
Jamel Wilmore, number 51, had a very good ball game too. He comes in and gives J.J. Raffleson a break every now and then, and does a great job whenever he's on the field. The rest of the linebacker core: Theon Dixon played well, Kevin Kensel, Davon Butler, Luke Venegoni. Those guys did an outstanding job, as did number 13, Jonathan Rollins. Right there, Jonathan Rollins, 13, did a great job of containing that play, forcing it back inside. You can see him right there taking on that offensive lineman. And again, the defense, stifled them most of the night. There's number 98. That's Kevin Estelforce, a true freshman nose guard that plays well.
And then here it's going to be Eddie Holtzschlag with the huge sack for the Leathernecks.
Outstanding job by Eddie Holtzschlag, number 99, coming from his right defensive end position with the big sack. And they said we had 4 sacks overall, and that's a big night for any defense.
Unfortunately, here it's going to happen exactly what happened to the Leathernecks, where a muff punt by Antoine Ford is going to turn into a touchdown for the Sycamores.
We tried to handle that on a one hopper. Should just let that ball go, of course, and hopefully it would have gone in the end zone for a touchback, or they might have recovered it down close, but we would have had possession. And we wish we had that play over, but they did recover it for a touchdown, and we weren't able to complete that comeback that we started.
The Sycamores would go on to win 23-7. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box scores. As Colton Ray would have 16 carries for 72 yards. Pat Smith, surprisingly here, would have 36 yards on 2 carries. Charles Chestnut had 2 receptions for 11 yards. J.J. Raffleson, as you said, led the defense with 13 tackles, and then Ryan Deming with a big night as he had 8 tackles and 2 tackles for a loss. We're going to take a short break, but stay tuned, as up next, I got a chance to sit down with Cody Reardon and Will Lunt, and we'll also preview this weekend's game against Missouri State. You're watching the Pigskin Preview.
At what age is the color that your skin was meant to be no longer beautiful? Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Melanoma is the second most common cancer in teens and young adults, and 1 person dies from melanoma every hour. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Something's not right.
My first symptoms were
constant tingling in my toes.
Double vision. They said you have multiple sclerosis.
Kind of had to get a grasp on reality.
I had to adapt and change very rapidly.
I had to learn how to drive with my hands. Yeah, that was interesting.
A symptom may cause you not to be able to do that anymore. And at one point, I wasn't able to do any of those.
Since I've been cycling, it's definitely helped my walking.
It's a fantastic opportunity to be working together with a common goal of curing MS, and sharing is the key.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
I'm a big believer in the power of we. We can tackle the tough challenges we face and build community through service and volunteering. It's time for you to raise your hand. Go to serve.gov and get involved in something you believe in.
How will you raise your hand when they call your name?
Are you with me?
We weren't born to follow.
At what age is the color that your skin was meant to be no longer beautiful? Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Melanoma is the second most common cancer in teens and young adults, and one person dies from melanoma every hour. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Something's not right.
My first symptoms were
Constant tingling in my toes.
Double vision.
They said you have multiple sclerosis.
Kind of had to get a grasp on reality.
I had to adapt and change very rapidly.
I had to learn how to drive with my hands. Yeah, that was interesting.
A symptom may cause you not to be able to do that anymore. And at one point, I wasn't able to do any of those.
Since I've been cycling, it's definitely helped my walking.
It's a fantastic opportunity to be working together with a common goal of curing MS, and sharing is the key.
Welcome back to the Pigskin Preview. Earlier this week, I caught up with Will Lunt and Cody Reardon. Just over 3 weeks ago, Will Lunt was named the starting quarterback, the first time since the beginning of last year.
I was just really excited. It's been a long time coming. I've been here for 5 years and just excited to get that opportunity.
It's a great feeling. I know the feeling myself, and being close to Will, I was able to, celebrate with him. Will's had a great journey here at Western, and being a part of that and being with him, he was very excited to be named starting quarterback.
I wouldn't say it added to the pressure, but just, I guess, to the excitement again. That's the best word I can find. It was just fun. It was great. It was a great atmosphere.
In Will Lunt's first game, he had 2 touchdowns. The second one, though, was anything but ordinary.
We'd worked on that play all week. I was excited to see how that would work in a real-life situation. So C-Ray kind of tossed it to me, reverse pass. Freddie was wide open. I was a little nervous because he was so wide open, but I just put it on him. It was pretty awesome.
Last year, Cody Reardon was a quarterback along with Will. Over the offseason, though, the coaching staff had Cody make a few transitions, one of which was becoming a wide receiver.
It's been great, you're blessed to have great coaches, and Coach Twiner, Coach Henderson, Coach Ware, they've all been there for me. They've all helped me out, taught me the new fundamentals, and it's been great. Coming into the offense, I knew all the reads, I knew all the routes. As a quarterback, you have to know what everybody's doing on the field. So I was lucky to know every position as far as what the routes were and who to block, and that was easy for me. But the fundamentals was definitely the hard part, and having good coaches was the biggest thing that helped me out with being a receiver.
Besides making the transition to wide receiver on the field, there's another adjustment that was made. Several of the other wide receivers have dance moves, so Cody has been mentored on some new moves with his new position teammates.
I'm not as good as a dancer as Chestnut and Justin, and they kind of make fun of me about it, but that's okay. I've been getting better, and they're kind of my dancing coaches, so it's been lucky to have them too.
The third adjustment Cody Reardon has made this offseason is becoming the Leathernecks holder for kicks.
Pat's pretty needy. He complains a lot if the ball's a little inch off. I'm just kidding. He's a great kicker, and holding for Pat, it is a little bit of pressure being out there, but you forget about all of that when the crowd's going and the snap's coming at you. Your mind goes clear and you just hold the ball for Pat.
This weekend, the Leathernecks take on the Missouri State Bears. Will and Cody tell us what the offense needs to do better to get a win.
We just need to be more consistent all around, myself included. If we play well, we should be successful.
We got to be more consistent. We have the ability to make great plays. We got great players, a lot of talent. We just got to be more consistent. And that'll come. Coaches have confidence in us, and we have confidence in them. And it'll end up being a great week, I feel like.
Coach, what has Will Lunt brought to this offense?
Well, Will's brought a lot to the offense and into the Leatherneck football program, both on and off the football field. Will throws the ball exceptionally well, and that's something you can't always teach. And so one is as far as a drop back passer, he brings this good accuracy and just a great ability to throw the football. He's an outstanding leader on the team. He was selected as a captain his junior year, which shows that the team respects him a great deal. And what Will brings off the field in the locker room and on this campus, he's a leader. Again, he's a leader for the Leatherneck football program and on this campus 24 hours a day. So it's really been a blessing and an honor that to have Will Lunt with us for the past 5 years. And of course, we've got more big games to go yet this season with Will.
That's right, Coach. And another big leader for the Leathernecks, senior Cody Reardon. How has his transition been from from quarterback to wide receiver and the holder?
Cody's another very valuable, piece of our program. Another positive role model all the time. Does a lot of community service activities for the athletic department. Came in as a quarterback, was our backup quarterback for a few years, and then we decided to move him out and let him play wide receiver. He's done a great job there for us in that role as a backup receiver. He also has a role on several special teams, and one of those is he's a holder for Patrick Smith. And of course, Patrick could say a big reason for his success is because of Cody's skills as far as being a great holder for us.
All right, let's go ahead and preview this weekend's game. This weekend, the Leathernecks travel south to face the Missouri State Bears. The Bears are currently 2-6 overall, 2-3 in conference, and coming off 2 straight wins. Coach, what else can you tell us about this hot Missouri team?
Well, they are hot, and like a lot of teams in the league this year in the Missouri Valley Football Conference, the season hasn't gone. It never goes real normal, it seems like, in this league, but it's been more different this year than previous years. And Missouri State's just another example of that. They started off the season 0-6. Now they played 2 major Division 1A programs in those early in the season, but 6 straight losses. But then they've had 2 big victories in a row in the conference. So we are playing them right now when they're playing well. They just traveled to Illinois State and won a big football game over at Illinois State this past Saturday. So we're going to see a very good football team. They're very, very sound on defense. They've really kept the scores low. And they're a true spread offense. They're going to spread you out every snap of the game and try to make things happen.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. Up next, we'll go ahead and take a look at the Missouri Valley Conference thus far.
It is so easy to give back.
I don't have a lot of money to help people, but I do have something. I have time.
Get up and do something. Just imagine how strong a society we could be.
Every one of us has a role to play in making our communities and our country stronger. Discover yours. Help us continue to make a difference in the life of our nation. Go to serve.gov and find the opportunity that works for you. And this message is brought to you by the Corporation for National and Community Service.
Stop. Whether it's on the way to school, at school, or online, bullying has become a non-stop threat to our youth today. Is your child being bullied? The National Runaway Switchboard can help. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Hi, I'm Polly Perrette. On NCIS, I play a forensic scientist. I've noticed that young people, girls in particular, don't have a lot of role models for careers in science, engineering, and technology. Here's the real problem. Not enough students are going into these fields anymore. So where does the next generation of scientists, engineers, and technologists come from? Here's the truth of the matter. In the coming years, engineering and technology are where the jobs are going to be. But if our young people don't see the excitement in these careers, they won't pursue them, and they'll be the ones who will lose out. I mean, think about the main character in the movie Iron Man. An engineer. Not only the character, but how about the role engineering and technology play in helping to bring a movie's creative vision to the screen? The reality is this. Engineers are creative problem solvers. They come up with the ideas that are solutions to the everyday needs of you and me. They help shape our future, and they're essential to our health, our safety, and our happiness. As they say in our industry, ready on the set and action. In this case, SET means science, engineering, and technology. And being ready makes all the difference for our future. We need your ideas. We're counting on everyone working together to fix this. Parents and teachers, let's inspire our young people. Engineers, be mentors to kids in your community. Share your story and the love of your field. Media, show kids how exciting these fields can be by spotlighting great accomplishments by engineers, scientists, and technologists. Kids, seek your dreams, study hard, follow your imagination, and pursue careers in science, engineering, and technology. Learn more about how you can help by going to eiconline.org/readyontheset and make your commitment.
Every one of us has a role to play in making our communities and our country stronger. Discover yours. Go to serve.gov and find the opportunity that works for you. And this message is brought to you by the Corporation for National and Community Service.
Welcome back. Here are the scores from the Missouri Valley Conference last weekend. North Dakota State shut out South Dakota 54-0 after coming away with a loss the previous weekend. Southern Illinois beat Youngstown State 38-21. Missouri State beat Illinois State, as we said, 24-17. South Dakota State lost to Northern Iowa 6-27. And then Western, as we said, unfortunately lost to Indiana State 7-23. The standings now have Indiana State and Southern Illinois both at 4-1. North Dakota State and South Dakota State are both 3-1. Illinois State is 3-2. Missouri State 2-3. And then Youngstown State, Western Illinois, and Northern Iowa are 1-3, with South Dakota rounding out the bottom at 0-4. Let's go ahead and take a look at the games this weekend. Southern Illinois will take on North Dakota State. Northern Iowa faces Illinois State. Indiana State takes on South Dakota. South Dakota State faces Youngstown State. And then, as we said, Coach, Western will travel south to Missouri State.
Right. We'll travel down on Friday and kick off on Saturday at 1 p.m.
All right, now it's time for the 2-minute drills, Coach, and we're going to do it a little bit differently, a little bit quicker questions here. So, Coach, our first question, Cubs or Cardinals?
Cubs.
Cubs, and then Cubs or White Sox?
Cubs.
Cubs,
I'm
same
a
with the Cubs. And then, Coach, this weekend, the Bears take on the Carolina Panthers. What do you think is going to happen? A little preview. Obviously, you're busy with Western.
I am very busy, but I'll be cheering for the Bears. That's for sure.
And then hockey or soccer?
Go with soccer.
Go with soccer. All right. NBA or college basketball?
College basketball, but for sure.
You like that March Madness?
Yes. Yeah. Enjoy that.
And then, do you prefer to play on domes or fields?
Oh, rather be outside.
Rather be outside, more natural feel.
Sure.
Michael Jordan or LeBron James, best basketball player?
Oh, that's a toughie. I'll go with the current player. I'll go with James.
LeBron James. That's a little bit of an upset. Kobe or LeBron James?
I'll stick with James.
Sticking with LeBron. And then, do you prefer winter or summer season?
I'll go with summer there. Like to be outside when obviously the sun is hot. You can do what you want to do. Previewing
right before football kicks off too.
Exactly.
And then, do you prefer Spider-Man or Batman? Going superheroes.
That's a tough one. I really like both of them. I wouldn't know who to cheer for. They're in a battle. I'll go with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Do you have a favorite superhero?
I can't say that I do. I guess probably paid the most attention as a youngster, the Superman.
Superman.
And yeah.
All right, and then Elvis or Michael Jackson?
That's easy, Elvis.
Elvis, easy. And then, which city do you like better, Chicago or St. Louis? I have a feeling I know what the answer is.
Oh, got to go with Chicago.
So I was thinking about Chicago. Cubbies fan here, Coach Hendrickson. That's all the time we have for you on this week on the Pigskin Preview. For head coach Mark Hendrickson, I'm Andrew Bacon. Thanks for watching.